Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. Ooh-wee, what a day, what a day. If you follow me right here on YouTube, please hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to this channel. I am Tamara Shealy. You'll see it right up at the top. Subscribe, please. Hit that notification button. Hit the notification button and share. I see you over there, Chanita, in the clubhouse streets. Thank you for joining me on this broadcast. You can ping some folks in the room. Hopefully they'll join us. I bring to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 o'clock p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Oh, I thought I wasn't going to make it today, but I am here. So thank you for joining me on Keeping Up with Congress. Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's take a look. You know, I like to bring you reparations information. I don't have that for you. I'm gonna have it at the end. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today. So I'll bring you up, Shanita, absolutely, to the stage in these clubhouse streets. Thank you for joining me. I will be welcome, sis. Yes, I'll be with you in just a little while over in Clubhouse. I bring it to us live over here in YouTube. So just stay with me and we'll get this thing going here. All right. So I like to bring you reparations information at the top of the hour, but today, like I said, was one of those days. I'm gonna switch it up on you. I will get notifications about what's happening in Congress. Let me make my screen larger for those of you who are watching over here on YouTube. Let me make my screen a bit larger. So I keep up with the hearings that are coming through the U.S. House, hearings that are coming through the U.S. Senate. So here's some hearings for this week. I want to run them past you. So if you have some time and you're following Congress like I'm following Congress, we got to keep our eyes wide open for when they have these hearings, because there's a lot of things that happen in these spaces and we don't know what they're talking about, what they're doing, and we need to pay attention. So I told you that this game of politics, we have to keep up with what they're doing. We got to know who these legislators are, you know, state to state. Who are these legislators? What kind of policy, what kind of bills they're introducing? Because we will not, and I say this and I repeat it over and over, we will not get reparations without negotiations. So we're going to have to go there knowing who these legislators are, how they're playing this politics, how they're playing this game. So keeping up with Congress is why our way of being prepared for when we get there. Because, you know, when we get there, you're sending me there, but trust me, I will not be able to do this without you still. This is where we'll have to force our legislators, push our legislators, negotiate with our legislators. So keeping up with Congress, this is where we learn, and y'all, this is the learning curve. So I wanted to bring you some hearings. Was in my notification this week. This is the hearings to examine the United States strategic competition with China. This is in the Senate Armed Services Committee. This is on Tuesday, tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The hearings to examine the United States strategic competition with China. Yes, y'all, we're competing with China. You know, that's the name of the game here in this capitalist country that we live in. So that's tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. The next hearing that I want to bring you is a hearing to examine threats to critical infrastructure, focusing on examining the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack. So y'all know what just happened with the Colonial Pipeline and these cyber attacks that are happening. This is tomorrow, Tuesday, June 8th at 10 o'clock a.m. This is the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee. Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. The threats to critical infrastructure, focusing on examining the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack. When we can't have no gas, and transportation, this is where we keep up with it all. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, tomorrow morning, June 8th, 10 o'clock a.m. Another hearing is in the Senate Budget Committee, Hearings to examine the president's proposed budget request for fiscal year 2022. This is the hearings to examine the president's proposed budget request for fiscal year 2022. I think we should pay attention to how these dollars, tax dollars, are being spent. Senate Budget Committee is tomorrow, Tuesday, June 8th at 11 o'clock a.m. I see you over there, YouTube family. I see you, my Clubhouse family. I'll come to you at the half hour and we'll have a robust discussion. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Another bill, I found this one, another hearing, I found this one to be quite interesting, This is the Sackler Act. The Sackler Act and other policies to promote accountability for the Sackler family's role in the opioid epidemic. Now, I didn't know who the Sackler family was, y'all, but I did a little bit of research and I think it requires much more digging. But the Sackler family, I found from the House committee back in December where Chairwoman Maloney actually had a hearing. So this says the role of the Purdue farmer and members of the Sackler family in fueling the nationwide opioid epidemic for decades by pushing Purdue executives to flood the market with the highly addictive painkiller Oxycontin. This particular article goes on to say how members of the Sackler family used the Oxycontin business to stretch Purdue's financial targets and increase earnings. The documents also reveal how Sackler family members pressured Purdue executives to grow market share for Oxycontin and other opioids, including by targeting high volume prescribers and pushing higher strength dosages. Yeah, I didn't know who the Sackler family was, but I think it requires definitely some more research. So this Purdue farmer has generated more than $30 billion since bringing Oxycontin to market in 1996. And the Sackler family has withdrawn more than $10 billion from the company. Nearly 450,000 people in the United States have lost their lives to the opioid epidemic over the past 2 decades. And it's a whole family behind it. The Sackler, Sackler, for those of you that are following me on Clubhouse. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Like I said, we got to know the players. We got to know the game. The Sackler family and the opioid and big pharma, Purdue farmer. Another hearing is on Tuesday, June 8th, 2:30 p.m. Hearings to examine the rural transit, focusing on opportunities and challenges for connecting communities. So this is a hearing to examine rural transit, focusing on opportunities and challenges for connecting communities. This is the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. It's tomorrow, Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. I take very special interest in what happens in our rural areas. Georgia is, the running joke here in Georgia is Atlanta ain't Georgia, because it's not. Once you get outside of the metro Atlanta area, the surrounding counties, you are in rural Georgia. You're in rural Georgia, y'all. So a lot of our rural spaces, it's hard to get to them. The internet is terrible. Your phone service is choppy. Just make sure you got some gas before you start moving around in some of these rural spaces. And I try to actually move early in the morning just for the sake of just being safe. So this is Tuesday, June the 8th, the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. Another hearing for those of you who are fans of sports fans. This is the hearings to examine the NCAA athlete NIL rights, the athletes' NIL rights. I didn't know a whole lot about this, but I bet those of you who are sports fanatics could really tell me a whole lot about it. This NCAA NIL rights, I looked it up. It's the name, image, and likeness. It's some rules around should athletes be paid. This article that I found just was a brief description. It talks about should college athletes be paid. Goes on to say since 2004, college athletes have been filing lawsuits to challenge the NCAA's stance that college student athletes cannot be compensated for the use of their name, image, and likeness. In 2019 and 2020, this ongoing debate bubbled up to a more serious evaluation across all NCAA division levels. As a result, the NCAA has been pushed, to update the current name, image, likeness rules and propose changes for paying college athletes. So yeah, this is a hearing in Congress for those of you that are sports fans and you're watching how these NIL rights are affecting athletes. So this is on Wednesday, June 9th at 10 a.m. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Even there, politics is in sports. Politics is in the water we drink, the air we breathe. Everything is political. So we have to keep up with what's happening across this nation. Another hearing that I found quite interesting was the universal vouchers, ending homelessness and expanding economic opportunity in America. So this is in the House Financial Services Committee. This is on Wednesday, June 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The universal vouchers, ending homelessness and expanding economic opportunity in America. See, here's why I have a problem, right? What happened to home ownership? Now they want to give some universal vouchers. What is this? I'm very interested in this hearing. Universal vouchers. I'll bring you up to the stage in just a minute. Miko, give me just a minute. 1 second. Clubhouse family, I come to you right at the half hour. Give me just a few minutes. But Miko, I will bring you up to the stage. Mute your mic. Look forward. I see you got that Reparations Now banner up. So we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Universal vouchers, ending homelessness and expanding economic opportunity in America. Again, this is Wednesday, June 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another hearing that I found and I thought you might be interested in is one on this Thursday, June the 10th, 12 o'clock p.m., ending child hunger, priorities for child nutrition reauthorizations. So ending child hunger, priorities for child nutrition authorization is on this Thursday in the House Education and Labor. House Education and Labor is Thursday, June 10th. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. I told you I like to bring you some reparations information. So I thought this would be interesting. But before I go there, I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, y'all, taking a bold agenda to Washington. I am back on the campaign trail to the United States Senate. Please follow this club. If you're following right here on Clubhouse, follow the club. Please go to the website, make a donation. We will not get to Congress without having some resources to get us there. We're going to have to do something we didn't do in 2020. And what we weren't able to do in 2020 was buy the media that we needed. So going into this 2022 election, we realized we got to have a whole nother level of support of people knowing who we are, knowing the message of reparations, because I keep telling you that I'm nothing and nobody as a candidate without reparations. Reparations is what I lead with and what's going to get us to where we can get this passed in Congress. So please go to the website, everybody. It's Tamara, TAMARA 4FOR, GeorgiaSpelledOut.com. Make a donation. I know how we have to do it, family. We got to sometimes get on the monthly payment plan. So I'm asking you to please. Oh, let me bring you to the stage, Miss Robin. Yes. I'm asking you to please go to the website, make a donation. I'm trying to bring you to the stage. There you go. Mute your mic. I'll be with you in about 13 minutes, Miss Robin. Lions Den, you want to come on up to the stage? They joining me thick today. Thank you, family. Clubhouse, these streets is popping, y'all. They popping. I'll be with you in 13 minutes, family. But please go to the website, y'all. Go to the website, make a donation. Get on your monthly payment plan. I'm asking for either up from $100 to $170 to get through this campaign. $2,900 is the maximum for an individual contributor. So I'm asking you to if you can do 100, or if you can't do 100, start with what you can do. And if you got some friends and you might be able to give 25, and you got 3 other friends, they can give 25. That's your 100. But do what you can monthly, family. I definitely need the support. All right. So, I like to bring you some reparations news, and I thought this was interesting. So I wanted to bring you what Trump is doing. Trump, y'all, Donald Trump is back on the scene. And dang it, why is he using our word? Why is he using reparations, y'all? Trump demands, here's the article. Trump demands 100% tariffs on Chinese goods, debt cancellation, and 10 trillion in reparations for COVID-19. Lord, Trump, Trump using the word reparations, y'all. Well, hell, if he about to get some reparations from China, he surely can understand that we need reparations right here in these United States for those of us who are descendants of chattel slavery. He gets it for China. Surely he gonna get it. You know, if you look at my bio, y'all, you can see where I've changed my bio in Clubhouse, and I said reparations will make America great. So we're gonna have a conversation with these right-wing conservative Trump supporters. They need to understand if y'all gonna get reparations from China, America gonna pay us reparations too. So if y'all need to go get y'all reparations from China to pay us, that might be the plan. I don't know, but let's just, we're gonna keep at it. But Trump is back on the scene and using the word reparations, y'all. I see you, family. I'm gonna bring you all up to the stage. Make sure you mute your mics. I'll be with you in exactly 11 minutes. I see you. Clubhouse is thick today. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. Thank you for joining me. So in this article, Donald Trump returned to the GOP political scene Saturday with a speech at the North Carolina Republican Convention where he called on China to pay reparations to the U.S. for coronavirus-related damages. It goes on to say all nations should work together to present China a bill for a minimum of $10 trillion to compensate for the damage, Trump said, adding that the figure was lower than it should be. As a first step, all countries should collectively cancel any debt they owe to China as a down payment on reparations. That damn Trump, y'all, using our word. I'm glad he let him use it. We'll let him use it, you know. We'll let him use it so he'll understand what we're owed in reparations, right, family? Yup, right. So here's some information about California. We've all been following AB 3121, AB 3121. Members of California's new reparation committee discusses the state study on the impact and lingering effects of racism. Y'all, I'm super excited about what's going on in California. We have a bill here in Georgia, HB 541, that addresses the impact of slavery and Jim Crow on those of us who are descendants of slavery in the state of Georgia, but literally California is leading the pack right now. So very exciting about what's happening over in California. This article goes on to say a member of the state's reparations task force joins Inside California Politics this week to discuss how the state is looking into the history and impact of racism. They've launched a 2-year study on how the state might compensate African Americans for slavery and its lingering effects as part of the recently formed reparations committee, y'all. I'm just excited because I know we are living in our moment. This is our civil rights. This is our moment. Like, can you imagine that back in the 60s, they didn't know that they were living in the moment. They knew something was happening. They knew something was about to happen, but they probably look back on that and say, they have the stories to tell. That's going to be us. We're going to have the stories to tell, those of us who are living in this moment of reparations. We're going to be able to look back 15, 20, 30 years from now and say, we were living in the moment and we were a part of the movement. So family, I just appreciate, I just know that fuels me. It fuels me like no other. Found another article. I'm actually going to play this and let it read it. It's going to read it to us. So I'm going to play this for us. Hold on, family.
Pre-Civil Rights Act era still trickle down to Black Americans today. Reparations. Bringing up racism against Black Americans makes some white people uncomfortable or angry. Well, Black Americans have had to live in discomfort for centuries. And if you think talking about racism makes you angry, try dealing with it on a daily basis. The average white family has $181,000. For Black families, it's only $17,000. A Black college grad has less wealth than a white high school dropout, and the disparities go on and on. None of this is due to any bad decisions on the part of Black Americans. It's all traced back to centuries-long, government-sanctioned anti-Blackness. Black people were brutally enslaved, discriminated against, disenfranchised, and massacred, not allowed to access the benefits of the nation they built, in spite of the sacred words all men are created equal. All the while, white Americans and white immigrants from Europe received free land, grants, health insurance, pensions, and other benefits from the government. The Civil Rights Act rescinded government-sanctioned anti-Blackness, but it did not repair the damage that was already done. That is why reparations for Black Americans descended from American slavery are necessary. Return to normal. As many of us begin thinking about the return to normal.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
No. How dare they gonna give me a quick word from their sponsor?
Wind is a major cause of contractor callbacks.
Let me stop this, y'all. 1 second.
Install a roofing system tough enough to qualify.
How they gonna come in the middle of our
warranty with?
Well, y'all got it. They're gonna just take over our. I should have known it was a trick, but we got that, y'all. And here's an article, actually an interview for those of you that are watching here on YouTube. This is an interview that I did with Dr. Sandy Darity. And I actually played it on this past Sunday. I did what I'm coining now as Reparations Sunday. I came live on Clubhouse, and I'm going to do it again this coming Sunday and bring you reparations information from across the nation. I actually played this article, this interview, from Dr. Sandy Darity. I actually played an interview that we had with Amherst, Massachusetts, about their reparations initiative as well. You know, like I say, I do believe that we are actually living in our moment. We are living in this moment where we are going to, I believe we're going to witness reparations happen. So I'm going to open up for the first time here on YouTube. I'm going to open up and let my Clubhouse family chime in, y'all. So just know you are being recorded. You are live on YouTube. They can hear you. Of course, they can't see you. But go ahead. Let's jump in. Miss Chanita, you was the first one to the stage. I want to thank you for joining me here in these Clubhouse streets.
Absolutely. I've been with this name since since the beginning. So I'm going to be here to the end.
Ooh, I love it. We're going to ride this train till the wheels fall off.
Okay. So yes, you got my support, whatever you're doing, sister. I applaud you for being the one. Okay. Yes. The one. Thank you.
You gonna make me cry, girl. Because trust me, God, this is a calling on my life, and I'm real clear that it is. I did not choose this. I mean, I come from the beauty and barber industry, y'all. I did nails for a living. And I know God had to, in that season of my life, that was 18 years that I did nails for a living. It gave me an opportunity to raise my kids. You know, I was able to, my kids weren't latchkey kids. I was able to really move around so that I could be home with them and raise them. But I came from an industry that allowed me to be nice. Like, it was my job to be nice. I enjoyed the work that I did every day. And now he put me in this political realm where I said last week, I feel like I'm mean. I feel like I'm angry, and it's a fire burning inside of me that I can't control sometimes. And it comes out of my mouth in a way where I hope that I'm not projecting in a way that I'm hurtful, but I'm very direct. And the more I navigate these political spaces, I feel myself, I don't know, whoever this person is, I know this is bigger and greater than me. So when you say I'm the one, it's like, I receive it, but trust me, it ain't something I chose.
Well, he prepared you. He prepared you. You have been prepared because you have to have your hair and your nails right when you're getting ready to do what you're doing. Yes, you got to present properly. You took the time. You have been prepared properly. You took the time to raise your children properly, and now you got work to do.
Well, thank you, Shanita. Now, basically saying I get to work.
You doing the work. You doing the work.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. But I cannot do this without the support of, the movement that I came through the movement. I came through the ADOS movement, and that's the operative word. And I'm a descendant of chattel slavery. I'm real clear about who I am. I'm real clear about who we are. I feel like all of this was preparation. All of it was preparation, and everything happens according to his plan, and definitely not my own. So I know we are in position, and for us now to be running against Raphael Warnock, and I pray it's just me and him. I pray it's just me and him, because he can't go toe to toe with this data. He can't go toe to toe with where we are as a people and not be willing to do something. And thus far, he hadn't been willing to do anything. You know, he hasn't, you know, sitting in this United States Senate seat, he hasn't. You stand in the shoes of Dr. King. I would support him if he was doing the right thing. We would be supporting him.
Yes, we have heard you today. Challenge, toe to toe. Tamara Chile versus Warner.
You know, put me in the boxing ring. Robin, you hit Janita.
Actually, Mika is supposed to go before me, but I just wanted to introduce Mika and Jay and a lot of other people, because we had a big time reparations warrior who was brought down today. They kicked her off of Clubhouse. And about 5 of these people that are in this room with you right now were over there in that particular room where she was, and they followed me over here. So I just thank you all for following me over here. This is a wonderful lady. I have contributed financially to her campaign from the last time when she was on here. I mean, when she was running last year. And I just want to encourage you guys to donate and to participate in everything she does in this Keeping Up with Congress room.
Yes, thank you, family. Thank you, family. Let me shut down this YouTube. I just want to thank you. I'm gonna come back over here to Clubhouse with you guys. Give me just a second. YouTube, I want to thank you for joining me. I didn't bring any bills to you today, but I wanted to bring you those hearings. You know, Keeping Up with Congress. Again, we have to know the players. We got to know, you know, the bills that are coming down the pike, because we will not get reparations unless we're willing to negotiate. We're gonna have to negotiate to get reparations. So I want to thank you for joining me over here in YouTube. Join me again tomorrow. I'm back here 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to 5:30 right here on YouTube. If you're in Clubhouse, I'm coming over there and we're gonna continue this conversation, because I want to know what happened in that other room. I've been seeing all kind of back and forth on Clubhouse today, and I try to stay out of the fray, because of, you know, my mission is reparation. So I try to stay out of that. I let y'all handle it, but I'm coming over there to hear about what's happening in these Clubhouse streets. So thank you for joining me, YouTube family. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Please go to the website.
I have 4 invites. If someone is not, in the Clubhouse, they can just friend me on Facebook, and then I will send them the invite. My name is Shanita Lynn on Facebook. CHINETA space Lynn. And I have 4 invites for Clubhouse.
Awesome. You hear that, YouTube family, that she has some Shanita Lynn, CHINETA LYNN.
Yes, put a space in between it.
Yes, ma'am. She has some invites, y'all. And I actually have some too. So reach out to Shanita or reach out to me. And if you need to get on Clubhouse, please do, family. Please do. I will see you tomorrow, same time right here on YouTube.